I'm Vedanshu and today's topic is cashless facility. Here's a quick checklist of all the requirements for a hassle-free cashless claim experience. Point number 1. Check for the hospitals in your locality that has cashless tie-up with your insurance company. The best time to do this exercise is either before buying a policy or immediately after you get one. Also, let your family know of these hospitals. After all, it is they who might be dealing with these intricacies if the main member is in a state of medical emergency. Number 2. Check if the policy has any sublimits, co-payments or room rent and ICU cappings. Did you know that as per the proportionate deduction clause of insurance plans, choosing a higher room category will result in a significant deduction in the final approval and you will end up paying a huge amount of the hospital bill out of your pocket. Hence, try to get the admission done in a room within the policy eligibility. Now, point number 3. In case of a planned hospitalization, Assure Hospital sends the request for insurance approval much before the admission date. This way, the insurance company will have good time to review the details and you would get the initial approval even before the admission. Isn't that cool? However, in case of an emergency, the hospital must register claim request immediately after the admission. Number 4. Always have a soft copy of your insurance policy and cashless card, not just in your mobile, but with at least one more member in your family. During the admission, you are required to share a copy of your cashless card, ID proof and address proof for KYC requirements, and all the previous medical records to the insurance help desk team of the hospital. By the way, every hospital has a dedicated help desk to handle cashless claims. Moving on to point number 5. Hospitals would ask you for the details of your current and previous medical history while sending the approval request to the insurance company. Ensure that you share the accurate details in line with what was disclosed to your insurance company when the policy was first purchased. Number 6. Initial and final approvals take around 2 hours of time if the insurance company receives all the required documents from the hospital. However, if there is a shortfall in the documents provided or if the insurer has additional clarifications or queries, the approvals might take a little longer. Now, point number 7. On the day of discharge, you may have to follow up with the hospital to ensure that the final set of documents and bills are shared with the insurance company at the earliest. Hospitals usually take a longer time for preparing these documents and eventually the approval tends to get delayed. Hence, have realistic expectations about this and plan accordingly. On to the last point. Finally, for any specific reason, if your cashless approval gets denied, you will still have the opportunity to apply for a reimbursement.
Well then, before we call it a video, 2 important inputs on cashless facility. Number 1, always check with your hospital in advance if they are still offering cashless services to your insurance company. There is a possibility that when you check online, the hospital name is still featuring in the network list. However, the hospital has stopped accepting cashless claims for any technical reasons. This practice of speaking to your hospital beforehand ensures that you avoid a lot of inconvenience and can plan your treatments in a better manner. Number 2, even in the cashless claim scenarios, insurance companies do initiate investigation procedures before deciding on the claim acceptability. Let me explain. In cases where the insurance companies feel that the documents and clarifications given by the hospital are not sufficient enough to come to a final decision, The case will then be assigned to an investigation agency who will in turn visit the hospital, speak to the patient and hospital authorities, and share their final report with the insurance company, which then becomes the basis for final approval. So, if you come across such experience, kindly cooperate with the member who does this job, and remember, the final approvals will take a longer time than usual as a result of this additional procedure. So that's it for this video. We hope you like this content. Our aim is to bring you meaningful, relevant and thought-provoking information derived out of practical insurance expertise and not just theoretical gyan. We need your support. Please subscribe to this channel and see you soon. Signing off, your Satish.